Welcome to In Confidence, where what we share in confidence helps us grow in confidence. Women's History Month is over, but it's Women's History Month almost every day at Gravitas. And I wanted to do a special episode because I was taking a walk on the Brooklyn Bridge and I realized something. If you're walking from Manhattan into Brooklyn, there's all of these large plaques celebrating the Roeblings, the father and son duo who are credited with building the bridge. But then when you turn back around and you walk from Brooklyn to Manhattan, there's a small plaque. If the next time you walk the Brooklyn Bridge and you're heading back into Manhattan, I want you to look for a tiny plaque on one of the pillars. And on the back of it, it said, on the back of every great work, we can find the self-sacrificing devotion of a woman. And it's a plaque that honors Emily Warren Roebling. And I went ahead down a Google hole, a dark hole of trying to understand who this woman was. She was actually featured on The Gilded Age, the HBO show. And I learned that her husband was actually bedridden during a large portion of the time that the bridge was being built. And she was in charge of, in fact, executing a lot of the plans. She was an engineer. She was trained to actually be able to build large structures. And it was fascinating to me that all of these big plaques were built, and then there was a little tiny one on the back of the bridge when you're heading back into Manhattan. And it made me think, how many inventions or things that have been built were built by women? And I wanted to have this special episode, even though Women's History Month is over, just to highlight some of the things that on a daily basis changed our lives that were created by women. If history was written by the victors, then I get to take a little victory lap today. And on top of that, as I was reading the list of inventions, it inspired me to think about what we could build going forward. So I thought we would today delve into 5 really surprising inventions that were created by a woman. The first is one that all of us use every single second of the day: Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's created by the Hollywood star Hedy Lamarr. And she wasn't just a Hollywood star, she was an inventor. In the 1940s, she co-developed frequency hopping technology to help the US military. And that was the technology that later became the foundation for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS. And she changed the way we communicate for decades, but very few people knew that a Hollywood starlet created Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The second one, which is again one that I use every single day, and I love that a woman created it, the dishwasher. The dishwasher was created by Josephine Cochran. And most of us don't enjoy hand washing dishes. I literally throw everything in there. I don't even rinse. And in 1886, she wanted to invent the first practical dishwasher, which revolutionized kitchens everywhere. She even marketed it herself at the 1893 World's Fair. So thank you, Josephine, for bringing us the dishwasher. And it wasn't just about convenience. I think it was about independence. It allowed that women to have more time so that they could innovate and change the way we live. The third, home security systems. Home security systems were invented by Marie Van Britten Brown. She knew that safety is power. And in the 1960s, as an African-American nurse in New York City, she wanted to feel secure at home. So she designed the first home security system, complete with cameras, a 2-way microphone, and an emergency button. Does that sound familiar? That's because her invention paved the way for today's smart security systems. Every time we check a doorbell camera or we set an alarm, we're using her legacy. The fourth one, which I love, it's the life raft. The life raft was created by Maria Beasley. And life rafts save lives. So not surprising that a woman invented them. As my mom likes to say, when tsunamis happen, men make speeches, women clean up the beaches. But we have Maria Beasley to thank for the life raft. In 1882, she improved the traditional raft design. She made it fireproof, collapsible, and actually floatable. I think that's actually quite an important thing, that it could float. And her invention saved lives, including those aboard the Titanic. That blew my mind, by the way. That was amazing. And like so many women innovators, her name is not in many history books. The last invention, which also surprised me, was Monopoly, the board game. Elizabeth Magee. Have you ever played Monopoly? Well, the original concept came from Elizabeth in 1904. She designed a game called the Landlord's Game, and it taught people about economic inequality. Decades later, a man copied her game, rebranded it, and sold it as Monopoly. While he made millions, her contributions were erased, and so I wanted to bring those to light. Women have always been at the forefront of innovation, even when history has not included them in the books. So I want to take a moment and just list out a few other things that women have invented, because all of them changed our lives and impact our lives on a daily basis. Alphabet blocks, antifungal drugs, Barbie, beer. I love that beer was created by women. The birth control pill, bras, bulletproof fiber, call waiting and caller ID, the car heater. Thank you so much, Margaret Wilcox, for making sure that we're not freezing in a car. Central heating, chemotherapy, child carriers, the circular saw, coffee filters, curling irons, disposable diapers, electric refrigerators, feeding tubes, fire escapes, the hairbrush, laser cataract surgery, the medical syringe, the pizza saver, radium and polonium, signal flares, space station batteries, and windshield wipers. Every one of these inventions has made a huge difference in the quality of our lives, and I hope today you'll celebrate along with me the great women behind them. This has been a very special episode of In Confidence. I hope you're leaving the space stronger than when you entered it. If you enjoyed this episode, I hope you'll share it with a friend who needed to hear it today. Subscribe so you never miss a moment of inspiration. And until next time, in the words of my 9-year-old self, I see you, I value you, and I believe in you.